when this interview was conducted, we are in August.
Yes.
And from here right now, I'm going to have our first meeting
Yes.
with the cast. We are going to do a play reading session. Then I'll submit script to them, and they will start memorizing their lines. And so we have 4 months to ourselves. So you could imagine a rehearsal of 4 months. So you should expect what's the professional.
People, it's your boy Nugwa, and we are here on Couch TV. Today we bring to you a very interesting and captivating interview with a very intelligent personnel. We went through the environment and we've picked out, as usual, good talents from North Cyprus. And here we have with us Mr. Nugwa, who is going to give us a little bit about his background and take us through his journey. You're welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Like I told you, this is Mr. Nugwa. If you don't know him, he's going to let you know him after this interview. Before I say much, I'll let himself give you brief information about himself. So, sir, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Before I start, I must thank Couch TV for honoring, for inviting me to this very much acclaimed platform.
Thank you very much. It's always an honor to get talented people.
I'm immensely grateful.
Thank you very much.
Nugwa Adaji, someone born into the family of thespians. It has been by birth and by inclination that my father, for one, is a playwright, and he is a retired general manager of the National Theatre and the National Troupe of Nigeria. So, for me, growing up was all about theatre most times.
Yes.
So theatre has been imbibed in me in all ramifications. So that's the typical me. On my free time, creative writing has always been my first love, and I don't think I'm planning on divorcing it anytime soon.
We hope you don't divorce it.
I don't know.
Now, talking about your childhood, was it a little bit different for you growing up? Because as most people, like at your age, you will be interested in football, maybe playing outside. You might be interested in writing, poetry and all that. Was it different for you? Was it strange?
Yeah, I suffered the fear of alienation.
Yes.
In the sense that when my folks, my peer groups were in all stratas of life in their different, let's say, their characterizations as kids, be it games, watching cartoons or what have you. My leisure period was always centered on creative writing. I was always imagining myself in a theater, imagining the lights and the characters, the dramatizations, and I started to write. So my friends then considered it very queer at my age, not to be mixed up in the whole circular.
So they found you to be the odd one among them.
Yeah, the terrible fear of alienation. Yeah. Most times when I was writing, they would yank the script off me and read it out to the whole class and laugh over it.
So when you were going through it, did you feel anything like maybe something is wrong with me? Or you realize that no, these people don't know what I'm doing? You were very optimistic.
The passion was very staunch.
Yes.
Yeah, because to get back in retrospection, I started this theatrical experience from the age of 4. That was 1997.
Wow.
At the National Theatre. Every Saturday, then we were always going for rehearsals, to learn children's theatre and drama, creative writing, music, dance, puppetry, pantomime, and all any performance that encircles theatre. So then I fell deeply in love with the profession, like with the experience, and I owe no apology to it. So
Of course,
even if the whole world was, even if the whole world was against me, then
you've already fallen for it. So you have no option. Then if you leave it, your heart will be broken.
No, I don't really see myself doing anything as good as theater. It's
Wow.
either theater or nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like people with this kind of passion.
My name is Clara Chapjumbo, and I played the role of Regina in Snow on the Holocaust, written by Nugwa Adaji and directed by Olabola. I'm talking to you. My friend, come back here. I played the role of.
So, how have you been able to push through? What are the kind of challenges that you initially encountered?
I wouldn't say they were challenges because I thought of it as a potential niche, a niche yearning for something out of the blues, something different. Because I actually noticed that this environment was running into cliches of things happening. So I took the bull by the horn. I rented the hall, started my rehearsals in a very minuscule way, in a very modest way, and at the end of the whole dress and tech, the final day for the rehearsals, we booked a date for the production. At first, we were very skeptical that people would come, but when we were setting up the props for the stage, I just looked into the audience, out of curiosity, and I found that the whole hall was filled to the brim.
Wow.
I was happy, scared. I was scared in the sense that I didn't want to, mess around with the audience because I might not have that audience strength again if I didn't pull.
The best show to
And I really thank my cast, the whole production crew, because they did a wonderful job that day.
Wow. Very impressive.
Lovers of the arts, of the theatre particularly. I'm Nugwa Adaji, the playwright of the play Snow on the Holocaust. For the very first time, we're inaugurating a Total Theatre. Please be there to have a night of thrill at Total Theatre. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Olabola Omisore, popularly known as Ola. I want to invite you to a play, Snow in the Holocaust, written by Nugwa Adaji and directed by me.
And I noticed that a lot of us don't really have that theatre experience. So the first play we did, a lot of people came and they were like, wow, this was so nice. And I'm not a professional in theatre, I just write the scripts. But I was fortunate enough to have Omisore Olabola, who was a graduate of theatre arts.
Oh, okay.
So she brought in the professionalism into it, yeah.
So she made it very, very professional.
Yeah, and the experience was awesome.
Okay, so now that you've been able to pull out a very successful show, did you spend a lot of money doing this, or it was reasonably affordable?
I think printing scripts, rehearsal, sometimes surprise refreshments. I think those were the only few parts I had to stake my cards down. But the rest, I must thank immensely the international office of EMU for giving me the hall.
That means the school was accommodative of your idea. They show a lot of support.
I think at first they saw me as they were always see my face at the office every time.
Oh, okay.
And I think they got bored of it. But when they knew I was really serious about what I put them on their feet, so to say. It was a success.
They had no option than to support.
Yeah.
It means your persistence. You kept going, you kept pushing, even though you had some obstacles, you didn't give up.
Yeah.
And they realized that you were serious, and then they decided that, okay, let's support this young man.
Yeah.
Now, going forward, what is your next move? After a big show, what next?
I'm actually planning on going to start up a world tour from Germany by 2017. But I think my send-off here would be the end of year production, the Christmas production, which is going to be a stunner. It's going to take Cyprus in surprise. I can vouch for that. I beat my chest for that.
Wow.
Come December, it will be so awesome at the cultural center.
Now you've already put yourself in immense pressure by saying this.
Yeah.
So what have been the steps that you have taken so far to make sure you will be able to beat your chest and come out like
Well, when this interview was conducted, we're in August,
this? Yes.
and from here right now, I'm going to have our first meeting
Yes.
with the cast.
Ah.
We're going to do a play reading session.
Mm.
Then I'll submit script to them, and they will start memorizing their lines. And so we have 4 months to ourselves. So you could imagine a rehearsal of 4 months. So you should expect
Okay.
what the professionals give to you.
You are a writer. What are the kind of stories you write?
Me, basically, I write more philosophical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I can walk from here down to the central lecture hall. I see the expressions of people. I see the happy people.
Yes.
I see the sad people. You would know that, okay, this one has a lot of problem. Right?
Oh, okay. So
You don't have to accost them on the road and ask them or what's happening, but
so you draw your inspiration from them.
the human mind is very encompassing.
Yes.
Yeah, so with these faces alone, with the face of human, you could actually write even the face of animals. There's a lot of story to tell.
Okay. Okay. So who would you say, or which people would you say were your mentors or are your mentors? Because we have a lot of poets or thespians back home in Nigeria and abroad. So who do you really look up to?
First and foremost, I think I must mention Professor Wole Soyinka,
Yes.
who once said the best form of art is by admiring and studying the works of others. And my father, Martin Adaji, I always loved to stumble upon him in the study room in the dead of the night, engrossed writing the play.
Wow.
Then I must mention Euripides. I must mention the Russian writer Anton Chekhov and Aeschylus. Then I must mention this pop musician of the 80s, Boy George, because he was different in his own unique way, and I appreciated the fact of being different, because I don't know whether it's just me, because I think the age of social media and the world has become a web, and I think our human mind are not really as exposed as they used to be before.
Okay.
We are very dependent on
okay.
the manipulations of the media
So
of today. So I think the likes of the Shakespeare,
Yes.
the Euripides, who
Yes.
lived this natural life.
Okay.
They were able to exercise their mind, their thoughts very well. I think that's why I really admire the writings.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now can you give us, before you go, because you already mentioned that by the end of the year, this December, you're going to give Cyprus a big send-off, a big show that's going to keep your name in the minds of your admirers for a long time to come. So can you give us the title of the play that we are expecting to see December?
The play was written 2009,
Yes.
and the play is A Wandering Christmas. It's a comedy. It's my first play which was written in a vulgar fashion.
Oh.
Yeah, it has a lot of vulgarity
okay.
in a very playful manner.
So it means it's going to be appealing to the youth then?
Yeah, it's going to be very witty,
okay.
a play of words and dramatic expressions.
Alright.
It tells about the wonders of Christmas, because I think at that time because I have this very staunch penchant for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Some people will say behind every successful man is a woman. Does that apply to you?
If I listen to your lies, would you say I'm a man without conviction? I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction.
would definitely love a significant other who has a strong penchant for theater as well, because I would definitely spend so many nights to myself at the table writing.
Okay, now before you go, if any person out there is also interested in theater, want to follow your footsteps, how can you be approached?
You know, to have that spirit of it, you just have to be open-minded. You know, I noticed a lot of people hide in the shackles of, their comfort zone.
Okay.
You don't. It's not everybody that is an audience. We need people to be on the other side of the auditorium.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
you have it in you. So why just stay reticent? Please, whenever you have the opportunity to dazzle on stage,
Yes.
always feel free. I'm 0533 8799 Call me. Let's rehearse together.
Okay. I heard him, Mr. Nugwa here. He said you should call him anytime you feel the itch to do something, to write, to do anything that has to do with theater. You shouldn't hide. You should come and meet him, and you should rehearse.
Because
together.
definitely, if you don't come and you come during Christmas to watch the play, you're not going to be like the rest of the audience enjoying it.
Oh.
You're going to be filled with regret of
Yeah,
why
I
was there on the
part
side.
of this, you know.
Because it's a funny play.
Oh, okay.
So they say, the readers, the first readers.
Oh,
I don't have to blow my own horn.
yeah, it's true. I don't have much more to say. And Mr. Nugwa has been very, very grateful and gracious to us. He has been generous, giving us a lot more than even we asked for. And we really thank you very much for honoring our invitation and coming. And before we go, we have a surprise for you.
You know, once in a while, this sort of reception is it greases me to do more. So
Thank you very much for coming. And we've heard it yourself. We've been here with Mr. Nugwa. He's given us everything that we promised he was going to give at the beginning of this interview. We hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much for watching. Until next time, remember to subscribe, like, and leave comments. Until next time, it's your boy Ridwan, and this has been Mr. Nugwa. Goodbye.